What's up, fellas? What's going on? It's your boy Nacho. I had a subscriber ask me if they could do eccentric overload with just doing calisthenics with no weight. And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. But the thing is, you're going to have to do a bunch of sets and reps to get the same damage. So with it, the goal with eccentric overload, it's just causing muscle damage. Now, when you first do eccentric overload, you're gonna have damage, or your first session, right? Your first session in the gym, you're gonna get damage, just because it's unaccustomed. Then you're gonna run into the repeated bout effect. It's gonna protect your body from further muscle damage. So, with calisthenics and just doing body weight movements, I mean, it's gonna be hard, man, because say week one you do like, say 3 sets of 10 pull-ups gets you sore, right? You get DOMs for like a week. The next week you're probably gonna have to do like 6 sets of that. Like, you're gonna have to do a lot of sets and a lot of reps. You absolutely can do it with just calisthenics, but the amount of volume you're gonna have to do in that session to cause damage is gonna be so high, just because it's body weight. You can absolutely do it though. Then I'd say for you, I think his name was Thomas Perry, one of my commenters. He commented, what I would do is just like, let's see, say if you're doing dips, right? You're doing dips. Like, my first set, I would just keep doing dips until I can't no more. For one set, I'll just go all out. Maybe you do like 30 dips. Say you do 30 dips and you can't go anymore. I would rest about 3 to 5 minutes, and just to so that your body is prepared to go all out again. Then you do another set. Say you're only able to do 20 reps this time for your second set. Okay, you rest again. Say you go again, you're only able to do 15. Then you go again, and so on and so forth. My point is, I would keep going until you can't even do a dip anymore, until you can barely eke out 5, or you can't even do a dip. Pull-ups, you do say you do 10 pull-ups, you rest, then you do 8, you rest, and you do 6. Now, pull-ups is different because it's a harder movement. What I would do with pull-ups is I would just, let's see. You could do this. You could give yourself like 30 minutes or like an hour, and you just do as much pull-ups as you can in that hour. So you do 2, you're not able to do a third one, then you rest for like a minute or 2 minutes. And you keep going, and then you rest like 2 minutes, then you keep going, Bro, you just want, like, if you're just doing body weight, you just want to keep going until you, like, and I will keep going until you can't even do a fucking pull-up anymore. If you're doing push-ups, then you just want to, like, same thing with dips. You keep cranking out push-ups for a straight set. Say it's, you want to go until you can't go anymore. Say you do 50. You rest, and then you keep going again until you can't do a push-up no more. The goal is muscle damage by the end of the day. So, as you get stronger and stronger with bodyweight calisthenics, I mean, you're just gonna have to keep doing more and more and more sets and reps. And what I usually do, I usually go for muscle weakness. So, example, I use weights. So on the bench, I go until I can't even bench 2 plates anymore. I can't even get it up for 1 rep. That's a good sign that I caused a lot of muscle damage, because you'll get muscle damage when you're a lot weaker. So same thing applies with pull-ups, dips, push-ups, any calisthenic movement that you don't have access to weights, you're just doing body weight. same rule applies. Go by that same rule where you can't do a single rep of that movement anymore. Even after you rested, say you rested 3 to 5 minutes, and you can't eke out one rep, then you cause muscle damage. So I would do that. Again, because of the repeated bout effect, you're gonna have to do so many more sets. You're gonna have to add on more sets and more reps next time. You can even add a pause at the bottom in the eccentric. Say you're doing a dip, just to add some variation. Say if you're doing a dip in the bottom, you pause for a second, keep the tension there. Say the next few weeks, it's harder for you to get damaged, pause an extra 2 seconds. Just add a pause in that stretch position, because that eccentric is what's going to cause damage. And if you're doing push-ups, try to add some blocks so that you could go deeper on the push-up, and then add a second of stretch. You can do the same thing with a pull-up. You just have to keep tension at the bottom. Don't do slow eccentrics. You're not really going to get much out of that. You want to control it, but don't do like super slow, like 3 seconds or some shit. But that's pretty much it. That's the rule I'll go by. Just keep doing sets and reps until you can't even do a rep anymore. That could be a good indicator that you've caused muscle damage. And then again, you're only hitting these muscles once a week. So in those sessions, just go all out. As much time as it takes, say it takes 2 to 3 hours, I would just do that. You're only hitting the muscle once a week. And with, since you're doing calisthenics, you could just pretty much do your whole upper body, probably a lower body as well. Just keep going until you can no more. And then after you cause that damage, then you have a 4-hour window to eat as much animal protein as possible. Eggs, steak, salmon, some raw tuna or something, some shrimp. You want to get as much amino acids as you can in that 4-hour period, since it's going to be spiked. Muscle protein synthesis is going to be spiked, and then also breakdown will be spiked as well. So you want to overcompensate. And then the rest of the week, you just keep eating a bunch of protein. You don't have to eat, as much as you did in that 4-hour period, but you still want to eat a good amount. You still want to eat a lot of protein to stay in a positive nitrogen balance. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope I answered your question. Thomas Perry, I think that's your name. So I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh yeah, let me know if you guys have any more questions. I will be posting on my Patreon soon, so I will post my Patreon link in the description soon. It's gonna be some pretty good content. It's gonna be my full sessions, every set, every eccentric overload technique. I'll be breaking it down, why I'm doing that movement, why I'm doing that rep scheme. I'll be posting the food I eat. I'll also be posting, answering some questions, and you guys can ask me anything. I mean, I like to talk about anything. I will talk about some political things, stuff that's going on in the world, some religion. I love talking about that stuff. So let me know what you guys want to talk about next. I can post on my Patreon. I'll post the description soon. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.